So it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We have a new blog post dropped from Jagex this morning, the 13th of July, 2022. We're going to be going over it very, very quickly. So today's the day. Emir's Arena has fully launched. No longer a soft launch on Emir's Arena. Your feedback, players feel the number of reward points given for games is too low. We've hot fixed the Arena to give players all of their reward points at once rather than our initial plan for half now, half as bonus at the end of the week. Players thought the Arena's full launch would start with the max/medium bracket and the rotation would begin from there. We initially launched with Zerk as the chosen style for the week, but elected to move back to max/med to let us start the rotation fresh and give us more time to address the potential balancing concerns with the Zerk bracket. Cool. So they've already found a little bit of issues with it, but it doesn't seem like there's only two problems in the week really that they've discussed and fixed, which is cool. This week updates brings the full launch of the Emir's Arena. Read on to see what we've changed and for our thoughts on some of your feedback. All right, let's get right into it, shall we? This is good stuff. It doesn't seem like the longest blog post ever, but we'll quickly graze over it because it's Wednesday and it's really good to keep up with the information and the news that Jagex gives us. So here we go. Last week, the Emir's Arena, aka the PvP Arena, opened its gates to adventurers for the first time. It's been great watching you all get stuck into duels and tournaments of all kinds, and even running a few of your own. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it yet, but from what I've seen, it's had a very positive effect on the PvP community. I know Reese was streaming. I saw him streaming before I went live. He was streaming PvP Arena only, and he's a really good PKer, and he had like a couple hundred viewers. He was really popping off. So shout out to those PKers that are giving it the light it deserves, because I really think it is cool being able to run your own duels, your own tournaments, stuff like that. I think it should get some recognition, and I'm glad it is. I think the PvP community, this is a good step in the right direction for the PvP community. Honestly, I think this is perfect. Like, it's not perfect, but this is a very good start. One of the major selling points of the Emir's Arena is the ability for players to find fights from anywhere, at any time, and in any world. The technology put in place to make this feature work is constructed from the new clan system we introduced last year. Its cross-world functionality may be very limited, but it still brought us this new method of recruiting players for activities. We hope to be able to extend it to more multiplayer content in the future. That is cool. So now, ever since they released the clan system last year, there's now a new system in the game, built into the game, that allows recruiting for player activities from like cross worlds, different, you don't have to be near people, you can be on different worlds doing all sorts of things, and you can get recruited and hop into activities, which is really good for the future. I think they can do a lot of things with that, like joining raid groups, maybe like maybe like a raid group thing, raid group finder. Your raid group has been created. You now go to Chambers of Zurich. Your raid group is waiting for you. I don't know, that's just an idea for Chambers, for TOB, for group activities. I think that's a great idea. The primary function of the soft launch was to make sure that these new and complicated systems were working as intended while under the strain of thousands of players using them at the same time. While there are some tweaks that need to be made following your feedback, more on that in a moment, it's safe to say that the matchmaking and other core systems are working fantastically. Awesome. So, without further ado, we declare the Emir's Arena open. Someone pop a bottle of squirt juice. Okay. Okay. If you want to get all the details about the arena and how it works, make sure to check out last week's news post. If you missed it, catch up with last week's live stream below. So yeah, last week's news post, we did go over that. We did post it on YouTube, so make sure you go check it out. And they also did a massive Q&A with, it looks like a couple of mods. I don't know, this guy, Kirby and Goblin. Skarn something? Alright, for now though, let's take a look at the early changes made based on your feedback. So, there is a handful of changes they've made. Okay. Alright, players will no longer be able to see items that they are unable to equip within the loadout interface. For example, players configuring their pure loadout won't be able to see gear choices with defense requirements during the setup. This change should help people find what they're looking for a little faster. Awesome. The Garazi Rapier and Inquisitive Mace have been removed from the loadout interface for the time being due to their 80 attack requirement. A number of items missing from the soft launch have been added, including the Zeration Hat, Robe, Tops, Rune Gloves, Zerite Crossbow, Amulet, Blood Fury. The following items have been removed from loadouts since they were deemed too powerful and a must-have in almost all situations. Ancient God Sword, Ring of Suffering Eye, and Purple Sweets. Yeah. I don't know why. Dude, Ancient God Sword is literally like a PK weapon, and it's like, I guess, what is it, OP? Is that what they're deeming? The Ancient God Sword is too OP for this one use in PvP? So what's the point of the Ancient God Sword? I don't know. The timer before the tournament start has been reduced from 8 minutes and 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Furthermore, the tournament will now automatically begin if no new players have entered the staging area for over 72 seconds. Players will now receive reminders in their chat box to indicate that their fight is ready while in the staging area. We're hopeful that, in conjunction with the reduced tournament timer, this change should help you spend less time waiting around and more time bashing skulls. The info button that players can use to check brackets during the tournament is now hitting during combat. While it's great to see combatants taking interest in how a tournament's going, this change should ensure you're only checking the bracket between fights and not while your opponent is launching a special attack at your face. Good point. They didn't remove they removed the ancient god sword. Not the AGS. Other god sword. The info button from the players can use to check brackets during tournaments now hit it. Oh, we already read that. Reduced the size of the timer during fights since some players felt it was obstructive, especially while playing in a fixed mode. Good. Added a chat box. I don't use fixed mode, but that's good for people that do. I bet that timer was massive. The health bars visible to spectators via the telescopes around the arena have been adjusted slightly to improve the viewing experience. They now have a secondary layer that drains after a short delay, like your typical fighting game. Oh. Huh. You have a secondary layer that drains after a short delay. I see. Pures are no longer able to use the Heavy Ballista or Avis Assembler inside the PvP arena, and Zerks are no longer able to use Elite Void inside the PvP arena. Cool. So there's a nice handful of changes they made. I mean, they're all, granted, they're all, like, required. Like, these are well-made changes. Like, these should be made. Little tweaks. This week's update also sees the inclusion of players' PvP arena rank on the high scores. You'll be able to see exactly how you stack up against your fellow combatants, which is really cool. I've seen people already fighting for rank 1. I saw a video, I think what's his name? Logarithm made a YouTube video about it. Logarithm or something like that. I watched that earlier. And he's like rank 1 or close to rank 1. He's a PvP god. It is entertaining to watch. Players will have to log in and out of standard game worlds in order to update their rank on high scores, since the PvP arena worlds aren't available to directly communicate with our high scores. Cool. It's worth noting that any developers making use of the high scores API will need to update their scripts following today. Apologies for any inconvenience. Oh, that's nice. Letting the RuneLite developers know. Hopefully OpenOS is gone forever. Just a side note. Remember, now that the PvP arena is officially open for business, players' rank and rewards point from the soft launch will be reset. On the flip side, the Emir's finest merchants are done counting their stock, and as of today's update, you'll be able to spend your hard-earned reward points on imbue scrolls, blade slacks from reward shop at the entry. Dude, these things are terrible. Look at these. This is a failed attempt at some rewards here. So there's 3 rewards from Emir's arena. Considering pretty much everything failed the polls that they tried shooting out to us a few months back. So we're looking at a Blighted Wave sack, a Blighted Surge sack, and a Scroll of Imbuing, which is, you can get this from doing other things, I'm pretty sure. You can even get that from doing LMS, I'm sure. But it's okay. You know, you're not supposed to do this for the rewards. Remember that. Bringing a bunch of dope-ass, overpowered rewards into Emir's arena would only make people mad because they would have to go do it. So, I mean, they can revisit the rewards, but for now, this is what we're stuck with. 3 simple rewards. Anyway, I mean, it's good. They listen to the community, man. That's the power of the voting. You know, that's the power of the polls, baby. Lastly, we want to reiterate some of the points we spoke about in this week's Q&A for anyone who missed it. You can check it out for yourself here. Read on for some more details. Okay. So this week's live stream has been moved to Monday, blah, 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 PvP creators for another roundtable stream to discuss various topics within the PvP community. Wow, they're going ham on the PvP community. Holy shit. They're doing another one Monday the 18th of July. So that's next Monday. Another PvP-based podcast or stream will be set. So make sure you guys watch out for that. All right. So feedback points and future changes. We've received a lot of suggestions over the last week, and while some of the quick fixes have already been implemented, it'll take us some more time to develop the bigger changes you've requested, and some are out of scope entirely. Here's what we reckon we'll be able to offer in the near future. First off, a lot of you expressed frustration at the arena's spellbook, which contains all the combat spells. A lot of high-level players, especially those who perform switches with items at the top of their inventory, make use of the spellbook filtering to reduce their mouse movements in-game, and have those movements embedded in their muscle memory. Oh, so everybody has like the same spellbook and has all the spells. So people are like trying to click spells out of their spellbook and it's moved. Oh, I did not know about this. That's very interesting. We've begun work on a change that should allow players to control exactly which runes the rune pouch contains and to display which spells are enabled so that players can get back to focusing on the game instead of unlearning years of practice. Nice. They should be able to deliver this change before the end of July. I think that's a great change. And I'm glad they are making sure to do that. Because, yeah, years of PKing, having your Ice Barrage in the same spot on your spellbook, and now you can't put that Ice Barrage in that same spot. So every time you go to your spellbook to Ice Barrage your opponent, you're instead hitting Teleblock or something. You're hitting Ice Burst. You're hitting Fire Surge. It's like, fuck. While multiple presets, feedback also indicated that you want a way to copy your opponent's loadout to save various presets within the same combat bracket. While multiple presets are a bit far out of reach just now, we're working on a copy option, which will let you quickly copy your opponent's gear when you want a mirror matchup. That's dope. We hope to put this in the hands of players within the next couple of weeks. Awesome. It's a great little change. We've also seen a number of requests to remove certain items or the cap permitted permitted quantities of supplies, namely food, from the equipment chest for being too powerful. You'll notice that we've already removed the Ancient Gods during the Ring of Suffering, and we're open to further suggestions. The Bow of Ferdinand is another item we're keeping an eye on, although we hope the inclusion of the Zerat Crossbow this week will help balance things out a little bit. Some of you have expressed the concern that NH, No Honor, is the prevalent combat style in the arena. NH is one of the toughest PvP styles to get grips on, and many of you have asked for greater support for more beginner-friendly options. This is what I saw on Reddit. Beginner-friendly options. Like, can't we just go in there in full rune? And like DDS each other or like try and AGS each other down, like more simplistic ways of PvP. You know, we don't all want to be we don't all want to be hybriding, spamming every spell, you know, using every form. You know what I mean? Some of us just want to melee, you know? So more beginner-friendly options, I think, are huge. While lots of you have been beginning organizing unranked duels and tournaments using simpler setups like Edge-style PvP, it's rare to see these in ranked play, and they are therefore harder for players to queue up for. Right now, we can't promise a permanent ladder where alternative styles can flourish. If we introduce these alternatives as separate queues, we'll be spreading players' numbers thin, and this could have a knockoff on effects with the speed of matchmaking. True. So they're saying not enough I don't know though, man. Like more of I really like the edge style PvP. I think that'd be awesome. This edge style PvP they're talking about. I think there is a lot of want for that, and I think they could introduce that, and it could get a lot of support. So I don't know about that. Maybe they should try it. Maybe we should try it. We may be able to offer them in a different way, such as changing which builds appear in the weekly build rotation. That's a good way to do it. See right there, right here. This is a good possible fix right here, such as by changing which builds appear in the weekly build rotation. I think that's a good fix right there. We can, however, explore seasonal ladders which run for a limited period of time and focus on restricted builds. I think that's a sick idea. Think this would encourage more beginner-friendly setups. Bear in mind that if we can offer this option, it will take us some time to figure out, but we'll keep you posted on all the latest news. I think that's a great idea. Just make the rotation more unique, like make it like season-based or whatever. I think that's a great change. Great idea, not change. We're also aware that while Steel ranked players are able to find fights quickly, players in Mythal or Iron rank are having lengthier wait times for suitable opponents. We'll be keeping an eye on this as the rank distributions change over time, so they're able to fine-tune our matchmaking system. So yeah, it's not a perfect system yet. Some players' queues are just getting slower that are really good at the game, which is, I mean, obvious. I mean, if you're God tier PvP or, you know, you're one of the few. There's not a million, you know, I mean, there's only, you know, a couple hundred God tier PvPers maybe, so yeah. Speaking of updates, rest assured that we will inform you of any further changes we make or are planning to make to the PvP arena. We're constantly on the lookout for feedback, so be sure to share your thoughts on the usual changes. Let's work together to make Emir's arena the best it can be. Yeah! Woo! I like it. It's today's the day. They've released it fully. Emir's arena is fully out. So go try it out. Go give your feedback. They're still open for changes. Now, on to other changes beyond the PvP arena, aka other changes in Gielinor. So, the flower traders have left Misthalin to search for new flowers elsewhere. Gilbert remains at the flower meadow and has managed to acquire some more rare, colorful seeds. Right-click your flower crown and select change to see what colors he's found. So now you can have different types of colors on your flower crown, which is pretty dope. Group Ironman players creating a new group should no longer receive errors regarding mismatching settings. Okay, good. Kovac's been upgrading his financial infrastructure and his reward shop is now protected by the bank pin. Nice. The magic skill guide has been updated to show the correct rune cost for enchanting red topaz bolts. What the fuck? I didn't know that was a bug, but how long has that been in the game? Red topaz bolts. The hardcore group Iron Man helm now properly matches the player's skin tone on male character models. I saw that on Reddit as well. Completely changed the guy's skin when he had the helmet on. Thralls now pathfind around obstacles. The only obstacle remaining now is you remembering to summon them. What? They fixed... Oh, I'm so excited to try this out. This is huge for, like, next, for anything, anywhere where you use Thralls. Thralls now pathfind around obstacles. I'm testing that. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. The Guardians of the Rift music track has had its button text corrected in the jukebox menu. We're ecstatic to have this fixed, potentially game-breaking bug, and apologize for the immense inconvenience caused. Okay, that is just troll. That is so petty. The Guardians of the Rift music track has had its button text corrected in the jukebox menu. Like, who found that? What, Wooks find that? Wooks find that bug? When Kovacs sends your rewards to the bank, it can now take the slot of a coin placeholder if your bank contains one. Cool. An archway in the Abyssal Demon section of the Catacombs Grand has been removed as it was visually obstructive. Okay, the upstairs ore veins in Motherwood Mine no longer need to be completely depleted to start their respawn timer. What? Are we just gonna overlook this? The upstairs ore veins in the Motherwood Mine no longer need to be completely depleted to start their respawn timer? So you can get, like, back-to-back veins now? What? That's sick. I'm going to do that. I'm just kidding. A master clue near the Mage Training Arena has been moved out of the new... Wait, has been moved out of the new pillars there? There's new pillars in the Mage Training Arena, and now they have to move the spot, I guess, over a little bit. Okay. And on top of that, the PvP rotation, US has LMS competitive, which is awesome. And World 390 Australia for LMS competitive has been deactivated with this rotation, just in case anyone was wondering. Now, does Giants Foundry design a weapon competition? Last month, alongside the release of Giants Foundry, we announced a weapon design competition asking you to create your weapons fit for Giants. After much deliberation, the team has decided on our winners. Extra big congratulations to the following. So, first place went to the Giants Kite Axe by Femboy Ruby. So, made from the scavenged equipment of slain adventurers foolish enough to enter the Giants' home, a crude weapon with a hint of irony. Oh, it's a kite shield on an axe. Taking advantage of the Giants' brutish strength and size. So this is literally a kite shield on an axe. Or on like a... Like, what? I guess this is a cool one. So this is who got first place. Good for this guy. Fanboy Ruby, shout out. I guess this is pretty cool. I actually didn't see this on Reddit. I did see this on Reddit. What on earth is that for? Second place, the Iron Great Club by Ninth Cloud. This is awesome. I really like this design. I saw it on Reddit. But I think this is my favorite, even though it got third. But I think this is my favorite. The Igneous Club? Igneous? Oh, God. Igneous Club. Fashioned from igneous rocks, these clubs are used by fire giants to smash their enemies into molten paste. So look at that. My favorite part about it is how they literally heated by the flames inside their bodies. I think that's the coolest design ever. And then we have the Anvil Flail, fourth place, to Jasko. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the guy who made this was Herne Sapa. This is a great design. I really like that. The Anvil Flail got fourth place. To me, Giants Professional Pyramid. I want to make sure my design reflects that. Not only that, but with the release of Giants now, we get a glimpse of the lore surrounding these large brutes. Their lore really should be expanded further. In RuneScape, Giants are, beside other things, blacksmiths who forge massive weapons. Combine that with their pure might they represent and the occasional ridiculousness of RuneScape, and you get an Anvil Flail. I based the color scheme and overall design on hill giants and the most common giants of Gielinor. I think this is a pretty cool design. I like that. And that is it. Shout out to everybody. They said they'll be contacting the winners this week. Keep an eye on your player info box. More details about your prize. Huge, gargantuan, even thanks to everyone who submitted design. Yes, seriously. I think some of these designs were really cool. I had a lot of fun watching the artists go ham on Twitter. So yeah, the link to this post will be in the description. Make sure if you haven't, you like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And check out my streams. Link to that also in the description. Stream every day. Much love. Have a good one. Peace.